I think all creative people in all the arts have stories about how they, did something that was a fragment and got set aside, and then years later you combine it with something else, and you don't really understand exactly why it works the way it does, or why it doesn't work. I wrote a book called The Whole Shebang, which was a technical challenge in that it was not particularly story oriented. There was not a narrative line running through it. I compared it to climbing an ice wall that there are no trails at all. And that proved to be very difficult, so difficult that I wrote drafts for 13 months before I got a single sentence I could keep. And I remember that sentence. I was sitting in this room. I'm at my observatory today up in Sonoma Mountain, and I was sitting at this desk when finally I wrote this one sentence and looked at it. 13 months, every day I'd come in, read what I wrote the day before, and say, yeah, okay, it reads like a professional writer wrote it, but it's boring. It's not going to go anywhere. I would never ask anybody to read this. I would try rewriting it. I would try just writing on ahead and paying no attention to how bad it was. It's not a bad technique, by the way. You don't want drafts to be too good because there are always lots of things wrong with them, and why polish something that you're going to have to throw away. And then there was this one sentence, and I looked at the one sentence and said, oh yeah, okay, that, if I can write like that could make it work. And so that was 100,000 words of drafts thrown away. But then the book didn't work. Who knows why?